Are you someone who gets external validation a lot to feel good about yourself? Well, that's been me for most of my life. And I want to talk about how that's kind of impacted me, not kind of, has impacted me mentally and emotionally as a man. So, welcome to today's mental health podcast. I was sitting before this episode and thinking, what am I going to talk about? Because I just had a mind blowing podcast interview with someone who was talking about deep science and like a hyper meditation and the fact that he uses science for us to tune into our natural frequency and who we really are. And thinking about it makes a lot of sense. When we're born as babies, we've got this high frequency. We know we matter. We've got this incredible self-worth. And then what happens as we go through life, experience happen, traumas happen, and it impacts us. And actually, even then, we can sometimes have these generational traumas in our body as well that are just inherited. Now, I started to think about that and then external validation, all these kind of things. And I had a couple of other good podcast interviews today. And then the guy before was talking about God and how that helped him. And then the guy in the middle, who was great, was talking about identifying who you are in order to move forward. Knowing who you want to be and letting that form the basis for your decisions and direction in your life. And I thought that was really good. And I'm just like, what do I want to talk about today? There's so many things in my head. Yet I felt really, really great today at times. And I had a bit of a slump before this. And I thought that was interesting because, yeah, I just started thinking about like external validation and how much of my life I've been looking at that for. And I think truly when I felt today, the moments when I brought back the power to myself and felt about like how powerful I am as a human being to create impact, to be myself and living by what I believe is my truth, I feel so much better because I'm in control of that. I am me. But when I started thinking about maybe things I've lost, things I've not got outside of myself, that's when mentally I've really not felt good. Yeah, it's like when you lose someone, whether you're dating them or a relationship, you start thinking of them with other people. You're like, you feel crap about yourself, right? I've definitely been there. Or you think about losing money, or you've lost money, or you've lost a friendship. And then you don't feel so good about yourself, right? Particularly going back to the first example, the dating relationship. That's one of the worst because that often I've certainly found that we attach our worth and what we see ourselves as a human being or as a man, if you're a man, associated with like a relationship, someone liking us. And I got a big wake up call this year on that one when it was going amazing. And then suddenly it disappeared. Yeah. So that's really brought me into a beautiful realization. Of like, I've got to go more internal to feel good about myself, for my energy, for my certainty. And I was really living that today and I was feeling amazing. And then I noticed in the last, not even an hour, 30 minutes, I started thinking about things outside of myself. And then I started losing that certainty. And now I'm coming back into my certainty, into my body, into who I am. I'm feeling good again. So I'm not, as always with these videos, I'm not here sitting here and saying I've got all the answers. I'm here saying that I've had a realization that the more I've done for the internal work, like, visualizing, going to sleep each night, I think about the person, my highest version of me, like not, and it's not about making millions or having the dream wife, but thinking about what kind of person I am in those situations, the person I can be right now. I'm certain of myself. I lead with my heart. I'm not affected by the external world, even though things may come in and challenge me. So that's what I really want to share with you today, is if you can think about how you can come from a more internal sense of certainty and confidence, rather than this, like, I need to get a result, I need this to show up, that to show up. See how life transform. It's great, yeah, when the person likes us, when we make the money, when we get the deal, whatever. 100% celebrate those things. But don't attach that to your worth and who you are. That's what I'm going to say. It's difficult, but it's an ongoing practice. But when you can make the intention to come back to who you are and building your certainty and your belief in yourself just from who you are and the way you act and living your truth, no one can impact that, because that's your responsibility, your control of how you act, how you feel, how you think. So I just want to share that today. It was a big insight, and I'll speak to you very soon.